All right, here we are. It's Jennie Wolek with the Wolek Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Keller Williams Realty Advantage. I am so honored to hang out with Miss Brittany Whinery. Brittany, I've known you for a little over 3.5 years now that you've been in our world, and I'm just so excited to chat with you today and share with so many of our agent friends across all of the country about how you have been a team member on a team and you have just passed that very special number. It's a big one. It's 100 families in a year that you got to help personally inside of our team. So today is about you, Britt. I am excited to chat with you. And those that are watching inside of Zoom, please share any questions you have or just kick back and listen, because I bet the two of us can chat for 30 minutes without any help.
Oh, for sure.
So Brittany, I'm just going to ask you, who are you and how did you get into this business?
Yeah, so my name is Brittany Whinery. I am part of the Wolek Group, and it's really funny, and real estate kind of found me. I remember I was working in a field of business that I totally disliked. I was not making nearly the amount of income that I wanted to make for my family. And I actually went, and I didn't know it was called this at the time, but I went to go lead generate to local builders. And the builder broker at the time actually ended up offering me a position while I was there trying to sell him on why they should hire us to help them. So it was really crazy, and that was my first taste of real estate, was working alongside a builder. And if any of you have worked with a builder, you know there's no training. And you also know that there's really not a lot of information provided other than go sell this product. And so it was definitely a good entry into real estate, and also not realistic for what I needed to be doing to be successful.
Right. So that's kind of where we met, was you were getting your real estate license. Why don't you tell that story?
Yeah, so I was in real estate school while I was working for a builder, and I met a really awesome, fun person in class, and we clicked and we sat together in class, and little did I know, she thought I was awesome and fun too. And so she was going back to Jennie, because she worked on the team, and sharing me with Jennie, and ended up making a connection. And so that is how we met, which is so cool. And I really, 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 looking back, it just shows how important your relationships are, because you never know where they're going to lead you.
Yeah, and so today is about you, the agent inside of a team. And I also sometimes may want to throw in some pieces about, if you're the rainmaker or the owner or leader of a team, how you can attract and find a Brittany. So I will share with you, Brittany, we met face to face and you weren't ready. You were not ready to commit to join the team. So you had a lot of, back then you wouldn't have known it, you had a lot of limiting beliefs around
Yeah.
income and possibility. So talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, I still remember I met with you, and I think for our first meeting, Nate came with you too. So I remember that was really overwhelming, to be honest, because I had no systems or tools in my current place. And I remember us talking about business, and me not really realizing, like, wait, do I have a business? Like, what is all of this? And so it was scary. And I think a lot of people can agree change is scary no matter what point of life you're in. And I think as you grow and learn, it can become a little bit easier. And I was really scared. So I remember at one point, I think we were kind of getting to the offer part, and I was like, I'm scared. I'm going to stay where I'm at. And we just kind of like ended it for a second. And it's funny because I remember you stayed in touch with me, and good thing you did, because then what happened, Jennie?
Well, you joined the team.
I called you, and I remember saying, hey, are you still looking for agents? Because I kind of regret not saying yes and jumping on the opportunity. And I still like think about that time, and I'm so grateful for whatever like inner being of me said, just freaking do it, because it was still just as scary as it was going to be the first time we had talked. And now looking back, it's almost comical, because if I wouldn't have done that, my life could look a lot differently.
And Britt, I remember knowing and feeling your energy and your heart, and I knew you were talent, and that's why I didn't stop with you. So I just want you to know, like I really was gonna make it work, whatever it took, and that even required early on offering you a small bit of compensation to allow you to feel good about the transition, allowing you to get your husband on board because that was a
Yeah.
struggle. And so
Well, and
let's.
I was going to say, I remember during that period, and I shared this with someone recently who's looking to build a team, and I shared this with them. I was like, don't be afraid to go deep with your people, because I remember I had raised a hand to you of concerns around dollars or different things, and I was having a hard time lead generating and capturing people. And I think there were probably 4 or maybe 5 times that I sat in your office and maybe cried because I was stressed and I didn't know what I was doing, and I needed the reassurance and guidance. And that's where, as a leader role, that really changed my trajectory, because there were times when I was walking in there and I was like, I'm going to have to get another job. Like, this isn't working out. And I'm so freaking happy that even when I didn't see it in myself, I had someone to believe in me and help ask great questions so I could stick with it. Because in the long run, it was so freaking worth it.
Yeah, I mean, let's just talk about your numbers. So 3 years ago, you helped 45 families. Last year, 79 families. And this year, you're going to end around 108 families. You couldn't do that without the support of your family. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all, as realtors, or if you work in real estate or even own your own business, you can agree that sometimes our spouses are the most important people that have to get behind us and support us. And it is not always easy, and it is still not always easy. And that support was so vitally important. And I'm really grateful to our company, Keller Williams, as well, because their whole system and belief is family. You know, family is one of the top things that they care about. And having those conversations and bringing your spouse or your loved ones along the way with you is so important. And a lot of the mindset things that I had learned in Bold and classes and through you and other Keller Williams leadership and other agents was keep your spouse involved and have good conversations and get their buy-in and support. And I know now Michael's super supportive, and he's like, let's go sell some more houses. And, you know, he's even thought about getting his real estate license, which is really cool.
Well, in that, you said something that stood out to me. I mean, you're saying loop your family into this. I mean, you guys dream big, and then you set things on the calendar. We already have calendar invites for you for next year, right?
Yeah, I mean, after this year, this is my little paper of my awesome real estate team. The Wolek Group sent me balloons for 100 families, and my kiddos saw that. And we got to have conversations with our 8 and 6-year-old around, mommy got to help 100 families this year, and by doing that, we got to do X, Y, and Z. And so that same evening, we sat down at our dining room table and we made dreams and goals for next year, and we had them help us. I mean, we wrote down trips and how many days and where we want to go and what we want to do. And that's their buy-in to understanding that sometimes mommy may need to be in the office and you may need to go play with daddy or go do things so that I can work and be purposeful. And then we get to live a really big life together, and it's worth it.
So let's go to big life. That has to be funded and with a foundation of a big why, Britt.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know what your mission is and your purpose to get up and do this again and again every single day?
Yeah, I mean, this is such an important foundational piece, because even in the earlier days when I was having difficulties, whether it be with my spouse or just in general, I leaned back on this, and getting clarity around your big why is so important. And then to go a little deeper into that too, our team why, I am so bought into that. Like, if you go on my Facebook and you look at hashtags that I use, it's our big why. It's help more, give back, have fun, and live large. And I'm so bought into that at such a deep level that when I have a difficult time or maybe my mindset's off, I really lay into that. And on the family side stuff, I mean, our vision boards are a big driver for me, because it encompasses how many families I want to help, what things do we want to do next year, what are some of our long-term family goals, where do we want to be in 5 years. All of those kind of play an effect. And then now through our team and leadership, I care about our agents' goals and our admins' goals and all of those people that are inside of our world that help us achieve big goals together.
So you mentioned a team. Leverage has been pretty important in you achieving this goal this year.
Yeah, leverage has been huge. And I remember going to family reunion in person, which I miss, and I miss all the hugs and all of our agent friends. And I remember hearing people on stage, chiming off that they've helped 100 buyer side transactions or 150 or 300. And I remember thinking, how in the world are they doing that? Because I helped, I think, 45 the year that I went. And I was like, what? I can't even imagine doubling that. And so what I had to be okay with and learn really quickly is that it's okay to leverage. And Brittany's great, but Brittany's not the best of the best of the best at everything. There are other people that are equally as good or better at things that maybe don't bring me joy and happiness as much. And a great example is showing houses, right? A lot of new agents, we all love showing houses, and then you do this 400 times and you decide, okay, yeah, it's a box, you move around some rooms, it's some squares, and there's some cute decor, you know what I mean? And then it's okay to leverage that off because you've seen a lot of houses. And so that was a really huge piece, is being okay with allowing someone to help me. And also our administrative staff. I mean, we have really great admin. We have really great communication, because that's key when you're helping a lot of families. There's a lot of people involved. And so having great communication and an open door policy where we can have good conversations to help our clients.
So Britt, you mentioned the myth that I hear a lot too, and that's it reminds me of the bold law, don't compare your insides to other people's outsides. So people may be looking at you going, oh my gosh, you're the gal on stage now. You're the one that's helped over 100 families. So what myths can you disprove to them about where you are today versus where you were 3 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, the first one is, I remember thinking, and I'm sure I've already heard it from people in regards to me, is, wow, you must not have a life. Like, you must just work. And it's the complete opposite. I've had the best years of my life the past 3-4 years. I mean, our family has had so many opportunities. We've purchased house. We've kept one as a rental, thanks to Jennie and also my MAPS coach. So we're starting to build generational wealth for our families. We've installed a pool. I mean, we've done all kinds of fun stuff. And so my life, and then my time, right? People think, oh, you must not have that much time. I've not missed a kiddo's soccer game or practice, and I have 2. That's a lot of practices and games. And so it definitely is something where if you will stick to the systems and tools that we know help us, and if you are inside a Keller Williams world, you know about the 411, you know about call prep forms if you have a coach. And if you don't have a coach, hire a coach. I mean, even just a friend or fellow agent in your office who can hold you accountable and who you can turn in some sort of call prep form or something so that you're reviewing your numbers every week. That has been huge for me.
Would you say that being held accountable is a good thing or a bad thing for you?
I love being held accountable. I like feeling uncomfortable. I always joke because Jennie and also my MAPS coach, Jim, I'll say like, oh, my armpits are getting sweaty. That makes me nervous. And they're like, great, that's awesome. We want you to feel that way. And it's true. I mean, if you get sweaty and nervous and excited, and I mean, I literally, it made me emotional thinking back about this, but I remember exactly where I was. I was at a local gym in Broken Arrow when Jim had made me commit to my family goal for the year. And he said, Brittany, what's your number? And I was like, well, I did almost hit 80. What if we do like 90? Because I didn't hit 80 last year. And he's like, well, I think 100 sounds good. And I instantly got sweaty and was nervous. And I remember saying, and he made me say it, I'm going to help 100 families next year. And it made me emotional, and it made me excited, and it gave me energy. And that's the kind of stuff that a coach and having people bought in can help do for you, right? Like it's so big, it drives you to get up and go do it.
So I think a lot of people have fear around accountability and coaching because they are afraid they're going to have to do something they don't want to do. But you've already told us that you're living your best life ever. Would you say that having not only an awesome team, because yeah, we are pretty awesome, but that comes from us not reinventing the wheel every day, actually having systems and a purposeful, thoughtful plan in place. Does that have anything to do with your success this year?
Yeah, I mean, I even wrote down just like on a little cheat sheet that I wanted to share with people, don't dread or dwell in the fluff. I mean, the fluff is great, but like at the end of the day, you don't need all of that. Like I wake up and I make sure I make dials, contacts, who can I talk to, who can I love on, who do we get to call and help today, and all of that kind of stuff is the important things. I feel like a lot of times, sometimes people can get bogged down in systems and tools. And yes, we have all of that thanks to you being in the business for a long time and being able to create and figure all these things out. And don't dwell in that, right? Like if you can make your contacts and your dials and connections and be purposeful and have fun and live a big life, like you're going to naturally attract the business. You just have to put in the work that we know works.
So we have standards on our team. And I know that they've been in place for a couple years now, but I remember not having standards. And so you've heard maybe the phrase that's, if you don't have it written and documented as a standard, it's just merely a suggestion. And so I had a lot of suggestions on our team. And then if they weren't being upheld at a level I thought was where it needed to be, it was, shame on me. So I had to do a timeout and a reset. So our standards now are pretty simple. I mean, what would you say they are if you were to share them with people, and why are they important?
Really put me on the spot there. I mean, we do have a standard around communication. I mean, us within a team, we all expect each other to respond to each other in a timely manner. As well as when leads come in. I mean, we are a team, and so there's opportunity inside of our team for leads, and we're all expected to get back with those people because ultimately we don't get to hit our goals if we don't help people and convert people, right? And that's what our passion is helping people. So responding to those in a timely manner. We also have a 411, and we're all expected to turn that in every Sunday. And I really appreciate that because it's so crazy and people get frustrated and sometimes they don't like doing it. And that's when I look at, where am I at? How many have I closed? What's my GCI? How many do I have pending for this month? What about next month? How's my quarter looking? That's really where you gain clarity on where you at and tracking your goals. And then the call prep forms that we fill out too, I really appreciate that because again, it's just a conversation piece for what's going on this week. What am I having issues with? Are there things we need to talk through in regards to systems with admin or agents or, standards? Are people upholding the standards of our team and all of those different pieces? And I love that we have a team huddle every day. I think that is such a value add for the team that we connect on Zoom every single morning and we see each other's faces and we get to smile without masks on. And then we also share our gratitude because that's important, right? Like Jennie, and I have really appreciated it this year, sharing gratitude every morning because there is something to be grateful for every single day.
Yeah, I love that. And you got them all right. You passed the test. The one thing... The thing I would add in is that a part of that weekly tracking is also making sure your numbers are entered because the numbers don't lie. Brittany, you shared early on your lack of clarity on numbers was a problem. And now
I used to hate doing that. And I remember, I think Jennie, we did a video on it after Bold one session in the car or something. And I know that I didn't track numbers, like I think for a really long time. And I was like, oh, I can see why this is important because then you can track, well, if I go on X amount of appointments, I'm going to take X amount of listings, whether they be buyers or sellers, and just continue to make it all easy because you know your numbers. If you make X contacts, you can get an appointment and do. And it's really cool to have your own numbers and realize too that now you have something or like a bench to go off of for future.
So we know that our database is our business. Our business is our database. And you've seen over the years, you know, the bulk of your business has come from leads or referrals to the team, and you've been focused and purposeful about growing your sphere business. So that number has gone up for you, and that equals more money in your pocket, more opportunity for you and your family to go live your dreams. So, you know, share with people how you took a team database and then added to it with your own people and how that's really benefited.
Yeah, I mean, I think that being on the team, it's just really awesome because we have events and things that we can share that make it really fun and they're easy touches. And then something else too is, I mean, on the team, I'm obviously in productivity. And so I'm able to share and be purposeful because my friends and family are on social media. They all are. And so I am very, very purposeful with my Instagram and my Facebook. I'm not overly like, use me, I'm a realtor, blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. It's very organic. Look at this amazing home. What do you guys think about this floor plan? Check out these finishes, like things that people want to see and be a part of. And that in return has given me my own little group of rock stars, if you will, which is exactly what we have as a team. And it's people who have referred their friends and family or other people to me. And even this year, I think I looked back and I can track about 8 pieces of business came from 2 core people that are my sphere. And that's really, really cool to be able to see that grow and come into fruition. And then we as the team love on them. We give them brownies and we do all these fun things. And it's really, really cool to see all of that come together. And the repeat and referral business. I think we hear this a lot where there are agents who say, you know, oh, you guys get agent referrals. That's awesome. You know, all of these different things. Well, the cool part is that when people come in as agent referrals, of course, we get to love back on our agents who refer them. And then in return, those people refer their friends and family. Or maybe they're a repeat customer the following year because they had a job change. And so we've seen a lot of that come into play too, which is really, really fun because that's now our sphere of people that we've been loving on and that we get to continue to love on.
So Brittany, over the last year, you've really grown in your leadership and helping other agents on our team. And I've really enjoyed watching your growth. So what would you say to agents inside of a team? Maybe they're newer in the business or new to the industry and they're not quite nailing it yet because it does take time. You're just now at year 3. Right? But it took you a lot of time and effort and purposeful, focused energy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think just continue to raise a hand. I mean, I feel like that's something that I am personally always trying to do no matter what, but especially in my careers, I always want to raise a hand to opportunities. I always want to be available to help other people. That's my passion because I really do care about other humans. I'm a people person, which is why not being able to hug and see people is really affecting me right now. And I think that if you will plug and play into your leadership, if you're on a team, or if you're not on a team, plug and play into your broker leadership and raise a hand, get help, attend classes, read books, find friends on social media, join groups like your journey with Jennie, and do that type of thing. You're going to create an atmosphere around you that's going to help lift you up. The whole thing about who are the 5 people you're spending the most time with is so dadgum important. I mean, literally this year, I don't have my book with me, but my planner, I wrote down the 5 areas of my life that I really want to work on, and I plug and played people that I want to spend more time with this next year who can help me in that area. And if there were any gaps, now I know people that I'm looking for. I mean, I need some people who are financially savvy.
Right.
That's an area of my life. And rentals and fitness and, you know, all the things. It's just really fun when you can be on the look for that type of thing.
So Brittany, how could a rainmaker, an owner of a team, a business person like me, how could they find a Brittany?
Oh, well, I know I can only speak on behalf of me. And I mean, don't give up. Like if you have people in your market center or wherever, from a restaurant you eat at, that you just really love or adore or feel like they give you energy, don't give up talking to them and dreaming with them and believing in them before they ever even believe in themselves. I think that's really, really important. I think you'd probably agree, Jennie, it does take energy from you to, I want this person, we want to grow, see how they work. It takes energy from both sides to be able to say yes and do that. I also think don't be afraid to build a world big enough so that other people can fit inside of yours. I mean, I remember it popped up on my time hop, Ben Kinney's thing. He said, don't quote me, but something about building a small world is just shitty, because you want to be able to build a big enough world that you can help lots of people, whether it be through real estate or other agents or what have you. So don't be afraid to set big goals and allow others to be on the journey with you, because I've really appreciated that.
And you know what? I want to throw this part in for anyone watching that is the leader of a team. We've also had some failures. We've had some, I don't want to say failure in a bad way. We've had people that didn't end up working out for miscellaneous various reasons. And I think a lot of us want to build a team only if it's perfect. And so we put off putting ourselves out there or taking some risks on people because we don't know. We're going to make the best hire that we can and do the best we can with training and accountability. And I'm always learning and growing as a leader. And I have not arrived. So would you?
Well, I think one more thing inside of that, and this is something that I just have found true in other past jobs, and then now our amazing career in real estate, and then also with friends and family, but you kind of have to like the people you work with, right? I have found, and I think me and Jennie have talked about this a few times, but culturally, people have to be a fit. I feel like, especially in a position where if you're a rainmaker team leader and you eventually don't want to be in production, you have to kind of trust the person that you're going to be putting into that role, right? You have to have a good relationship. You have to care about them, and vice versa. They have to really care about you and trust you as well, because it's a really growing relationship and it can happen really fast. And you need to make sure it's the right person culturally and personally, that you guys are going to be a good match together.
And I'll add to that, Britt, is that as the leader, you have to be okay getting out of the way. That was what I really learned. As soon as I got out of the way and allowed you guys to take listings and to work the business, where has our production gone since then?
Yeah, it's gone up.
We've just surpassed, for the first time ever, 1 million GCI.
Woo!
Thank you to all of the team and the hard work. And that has been, just 20 years in the making. That's all.
No big deal. Well, I think it's cool because you say that, and then it's like a trickling effect, right? You had to get out of the way of taking buyers and sellers, which freed me to take more buyers and sellers. And then I had to get out of the way of showings, because I needed to be freed up to go on more appointments and convert more leads and talk to more people. And so it's like this trickling effect as you grow. And what a beautiful thing, because now we get to add more people and have more people who get to set big goals and grow into these roles. And it's so fun.
It is fun. I love the fun. What's up next for Brittany's 2021?
Oh, so 2021, I set my goal, and my goal is going to be, I am going to help 150 families in 2021, sweaty arms. And I'm really excited because I am going to hopefully be adding a full-time showing agent who's going to help on every single buyer deal. So that's exciting.
That is fun. I can't wait to see you achieve all of your goals and go on all your vacations. What?
Can we share one more thing? Because you and I looked at this yesterday.
What?
I had someone ask me, oh, you must be a listing agent. My business, what was it? Was it 60-40? 60-40, 60% of my closings were buyers. So I just thought that was important because someone did ask that.
Right. You and Nate both work with buyers and sellers. And so imagine your leverage when you are able to imagine how more sellers you can help if you're not out showing houses.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. Well, I love you and I can't wait. Us here at the Wolek Group, today we're going to party at 4 o'clock. We are having a team toast for our year. Let's see, Brittany, I got a couple questions here.
Okay.
Brittany, we've got how much was new construction?
Please elaborate.
Yeah, I don't understand the question either. Sorry, we'll come back. Put some clarity in there for us. And then Laura says, hi, Laura. How do you establish a new client that a showing assistant will be in play?
Yeah, so this is so easy. And I really had a difficult time with it. And now so easy. So normally at the consult, I share with them about the team and I kind of go over roles so we have clarity around that. And so I just introduce them and say, we do, the really great benefit of hiring a team is that we do have agents on the team. So just in case your schedule does not match up with mine, because I'm a human and I'm a mom, we have other agents who are on the team who can help you get into the home really fast. That way we never have to tell you no in regards to a showing. And of course, at that point, they're normally like, oh, wonderful, perfect. And then what I do is I just plug and play the showing agent depending on this past year. It was kind of a plug and play based off of situations and my availability. But it's really easy. You just do a group text. You introduce the showing agent to them. I tell them, Lois is amazing. He is amazing, whoever is going to be helping, and they totally trust them. And then you do need to have some information and conversation with the showing assistant around how you want them to be involved and what communication they need to give back to you after showings. So of course that's important, and you can really kind of create your own and what's important to you. But it's been a trial and error, I would have to say. It's been let's try it this way, and then, okay, now I need this information or that type of thing. So go for it, Laura. You can do it.
Well, and then Laura's like me. Her team is going to surpass 1 million GCI next year for sure. And
Awesome.
So, Laura, it's really the same script as when you allow, your past clients or friends to work with your buyer agents. It's the same script. You just are going to set up the expectations that, oh my gosh, it's going to be so awesome. You're going to work with Brittany. She's amazing. She's in the field every day working with our buyers. It's going to be awesome. It's not even a thing. It's not even really a pass the baton. It's just, here's your person that's going to be awesome. Yeah.
I do normally add clarity because sometimes they will discuss offer terms with the showing agent. So I always am very clear that they're going to show the homes to you. They're going to report back to me on if you loved it or not. And if you loved it, then I'm going to call you and we're going to chat through the terms. I'm going to pull comps. We're going to do all of that research together. So I'm still your main point of contact.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I'm just so proud of you. I am grateful for you. I know everybody probably got some good nuggets here that they can implement in their business. And that's it. Any final words, Britt? What do you got?
No, cheers to 2020, the weird and funky, and cheers to 2021, hopefully full of hugs. And I'm going to help 150 families, and I look forward to seeing all of you next year.
Yes, you will. All right, guys, that's it from us. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.